Halo Infinite, Resident Evil 4 Remake, God of War Ragnarok getting delayed, and The Last of Us Remake, Last of Us Part 1 Remake, apparently getting a release date unofficially. Lots of stuff to talk about today, my friends. Lots of big, interesting stuff. Welcome back to the channel. If you enjoy this one, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe for more. It really helps out the channel. And we're going to be hopefully streaming, Lord willing, later on today. Summer Game Fest, live reactions at that. It's going to be Xbox and Bethesda showcase later on this weekend. There's a lot of stuff coming. The Capcom showcase, which again, we're going to be talking about something regarding that as well. Which, by the way, I was right when I mentioned the other day that they're going to be showing off Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I don't know what else they could show for it because they've already showed so much, but apparently they're going to be showing more for that as well. So just kind of a little bonus tidbit in there, thrown in there as well. So we're not going to waste any time, my friends. Let's go ahead and get started with this. And we're going to kick things off with Halo Infinite. Throw it up on screen right now. You guys can see that they tweeted out with Halo Infinite campaign network co-op arriving later this year. We're planning to flight it, which means test it, to Halo Insiders in July. So if you're a Halo Insider, then you can go ahead and register. Make sure you are a Halo Insider, and if you are, that your profile is up to date. And if you do all that, then you'll have a chance to participate. Kind of like how when they had the technical test or whatever for multiplayer, it's the same kind of thing. So if you've already signed up and did all that, then you should be good to go, and you might be able to get in on that. But if not, you could go to the link that they provided in their tweet. So they're going to be testing out co-op, seems in July, but again, it's going to be coming out officially later on this year. Now, obviously, if you do get into the test, keep in mind, you know, there may be some bugs and hiccups and things like that. Who knows? Or, you know, who knows? Maybe it'll work flawlessly and it'll just be a smooth experience. But let me know if you plan to try to, you know, get in there and then hopefully participate in this kind of, you know, early tech test, if you will, for co-op campaign. And let me know if how many of you are still playing Halo Infinite, because I know a lot of people have kind of fallen off of it and whatnot over time. Moving on from that, a Resident Evil 4 Remake is confirmed for the Capcom showcase. Another thing that I was mentioning in my video where we talked about the announcement of the Capcom showcase. You can see it up on screen right now from Resident Evil's Twitter, and they said prepare for a fresh new look at Resident Evil 4 in the Capcom showcase live stream, which if you don't know, is going to be happening June 13th at 3 p.m. Pacific, which is going to be 6 p.m. Eastern. They're going to be streaming it obviously on their, you know, all their kind of places they stream it, right? Obviously on Twitch and on YouTube and so on and so forth. So you can catch it there, but they're going to be showing off more Resident Evil 4 Remake, which is really exciting. And they're not actually calling it a remake. I'm the one saying that. They're just saying Resident Evil 4. So, I mean, obviously it is the remake, right? Just kind of like Resident Evil 2 was and Resident Evil 3. Finally, 4 is coming around the corner. And, you know, everybody's been super anticipating this for a while. You know, the announcement had a lot of hype around it. As someone who has heard so many great things about it and seen, you know, a little bit of it, but unfortunately never played it myself. I was going to play the original recently, but I was holding off because I had a feeling they were going to announce this. So I'm really excited to see more of what they're doing. Again, I've seen, you know, bits and pieces of the original. I just haven't played through the entirety of it myself. So yeah, really exciting stuff. Let me know if you guys are hyped for that. Again, the Capcom showcase, that's already 2 things confirmed. Resident Evil 4 Remake getting a new look, and like I said earlier, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, if you guys are excited for that. I'm going to be covering that over on my Nintendo channel, since I do play it on the Nintendo Switch, even though it is on PC as well. But anyways, that's over my Nintendo channel if you guys are interested in checking that out. All right, so moving on from that, we got kind of like a 2 birds, 1 stone. They kind of go hand in hand in a way, because there's like there are 2 different rumors. We're gonna start with the first. One of them is a rumored delay, and one of them is a rumored announcement that is happening apparently sometime this year. So it's kind of interesting because apparently they're kind of swapping places. Now, if this is to be believed, let's start with the first one. I'll throw it up on screen. You can see this is not an announcement, but a leak, a rumor from Game Reactor is the one who's, what's the word I'm looking for? Reporting this, that's the word. So they said basically that God of War Ragnarok is going to be delayed. They said that apparently God of War Ragnarok is going to be hitting shelves in 2023. They said the delay has not yet been made official by Sony, but apparently it's been confirmed by various European sources to Game Reactor. So not just one source, there's multiple sources that are saying this to Game Reactor. So listen, I thought from the very start, I had this feeling from the start, there's no way God of War Ragnarok was coming out this year. And everybody was like, no, it's coming out this year, it's coming out this year. And it might still come out this year, but I was leaning more towards, man, I don't know about that. I really, really highly doubt that, because the lack of a set in stone release date as of mid this year, I mean, we're in June, we're halfway through the year, kind of signified similar to Horizon Forbidden West, where they were kind of like, they didn't really want to, you know, give a solid release date. They were like, oh, it's going to come out in 2021 or whatever it was, or no, wait, it was release date. I can't remember the original release date. Anyways, they said it was going to come out in a certain year. They didn't give a set in stone, you know, release date, and then it ended up coming out, yeah, I think it was 2021. Then it ended up coming out this year instead. It got pushed off until the next year. And I feel like this is kind of similar what's going on with God of War Ragnarok. So I don't think it's coming out this year. I haven't thought it was, I didn't think it was coming out this year at all to begin with, personally. Like I said, it still could. This is just a rumor, take it with a grain of salt. But the fact that there's various European sources reporting this, is very interesting to say nonetheless. Now, that kind of leads into the second thing, which is The Last of Us Part 1 Remake. Yes, we've been hearing lots about this, been going around and all this and that, but there's apparently more fuel to the fire, if you will. And this is kind of where things are swapping out, right? Because originally, the idea was that God of War Ragnarok would maybe come out like September-ish, maybe a little bit later. And now the rumor is that apparently The Last of Us Part 1 Remake is going to be coming out around that time. Now, there's a user with the name The Snitch, who apparently has had some very accurate, leaks in the past. So I guess there is some credibility here, to say the very least. And all they tweeted was Part 1, and then 02/09/2022. So Part 1, you know, signifying The Last of Us Part 1. So this is to suggest that the remake for The Last of Us is going to be released on September 2nd, 2022, and that it's going to be released simultaneously, I guess, on both console, assumingly PS5, obviously, and PC. Because, yeah, this would, I mean, we don't have The Last of Us Part 1 natively on PC as of right now. So kind of interesting that, you know, that this is being mentioned, because a lot of games have been coming to PlayStation games, that is, have been coming to PC. The Last of Us Part 1 would make complete sense, you know, if they would kind of do I guess it'd be like another remaster. I don't know if it's like an entire remake. Everything's kind of, you know, there's no real solid information. Even this isn't, but this kind of goes into also Jeff Grubb also said a few weeks ago that he also heard that it was coming later this year, although he was saying that it was going to be this holiday season, which I guess could be as early as September, but that typically is like October, November, December for the most part. But I mean, it's still kind of the same sort of window-ish, right? It's kind of late 2022. And like I said, The Snitch on Twitter has a pretty good track record as of late. They actually correctly announced most of the titles that were revealed at last week's State of Play ahead of the showcase. Also, a number of major gaming showcases that are taking place this week. And so, you know, we're going to see if there's any kind of official confirmation for those things. And again, some people will say, well, who wants a remake of The Last of Us? I mean, dude, it's one of the best-selling games of all time. It's, I think, PlayStation's best-selling game of ever. I'll take it. The first game is great. Second game, very controversial. I don't know. You know, there's elements of both, but the first game was just something else. It's like untouchable from, you know, a lot of games. So yeah, I would definitely personally 100% jump on that, 100%. Unless they remake it to the point that they're completely rewriting the story, then I'd be like, I don't know. And it kind of makes sense too. I'll say one last thing. I don't want to drag this on forever. Kind of makes sense with the tie-in for the HBO series. You know, they can kind of market it where they're kind of, again, the game, they push out the remake around the same time maybe that, you know, the HBO series, you know, starts to kind of come out, drop. I'm not sure the exact release date for that, if they've announced that or not. And then the two kind of go hand in hand. They kind of push each other, right? People maybe watch the show and they see, you know, this game is available on PC. It's available on PS5 now as well. You know, it's been completely remade or whatever. That kind of, you know, intrigues them, or vice versa. People that replay the first game and they're like, oh man, you know, maybe I should check out the show, because it kind of ignites that you know, love for the first story, the first game. So I don't know. Who knows? We'll see when time comes, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Anyways, that's it for me. I've dragged this on way longer than I meant to. If, you know, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this one, be sure to leave it a like, and I'll see you guys soon for some more gaming. Until the next one, friends, game on. Thanks for watching.